with this EQ, I can hear like quite a bit of low, which I want it to be like quite high. As you can hear on the track, it's high, and then it's got like a low one back and underneath. So first, I'm gonna give it take the low end off, and then give it a dip around to 250, about 300 hertz. Give it a dip down to -5, and then rise around 1.5 kHz up to about 5+. Just so I know where we're going on there. Just thought I'd demonstrate while I keep going on about it. So as I'm playing it, I'd then like to get the low end off around there, possibly. Then hopefully have a dip, so now you can hear that sound. Around there. Then after that I will then rise this and give it more of a, like, make it more in around there, up to about 1.70. That gives it a rich sound that adds on to KTB on a Mission. The second effect I'm going to be using is the tape delay. With this, I'm going to be adding slight groove and down the feedback with the default channel using the tape delay. With the wet and dry, I'll have the dry quite high and just a tiny bit of wet, with an LFO rate of a mid 62 hertz. Right, isn't it? So I'll put this down to about 9. Add the, as you can see, add some dry. Then I'm going to add some LFO rate to about 62 hertz. Some flutter wet sounds like there. Some flutter intensity about yeah. So as you can see, you've sort of got like an idea of what it sounds like. Now I'll just add some finishing touches, change the groove. More. And then that's it with the tape delay tool. Then, as you can hear, you hear like a slight delay after each, at the end, basically where the glide comes in. You hear a slight delay coming through. So now let's go with the other effects. On our next effect, we're going to use some overdrive, basically distortion, to give it that like mean sound to it. More of like a bitty sound, like a crush sound, like a dirt sound towards the chords. So I'll pause this for a second. I'll then go on to the distortion, open the overdrive. I don't want too much distortion, and I don't want my hertz going like too low. So I would start off with 4,000 hertz, 4,400 hertz. I'll put this down to at least 3 gig and leave the output on 0. As you can hear, there's still quite a bit of distortion going off this, so I'll turn the decibels down to 2. But leave the output still on 0 decibels. I'll knock that down to 4,200, and as you can hear, you've got like that sound that you can, like at the beginning, that rich dirty sound using the distortion. Right, then now with the next one, we're going to use another distortion, but this time use Bit Crusher. This one's very similar to the overdrive, but has more effects to it and more like a robotic sound added to it. So I'm going to show you how to do that one there. So just go to distortion, open up Bit Crusher. Right, with this tool, I'll play the track. As you can hear straight away, it's a bit too low, so I'll like turn that up to about 4. And the 16, you can hear like that crunchy sound in the background, which you don't want. So I'll put the bit up to about 12, and then downsample until I get to a sound I like. About there. Put the clip level down as it's clipping a bit. And you have different samples. That one doesn't sound right, so I'll go with this mode. As you can hear, we're almost there now. I think the only last touch we need is a bit of reverb. I've given this reverb through. I think it will give it that extra width sound to the whole synth. One last one. Right, I'm going to use one of the reverb spacers. This is a really good reverb channel to the Space Designer. This is one of the best ones I would say to use, especially what top producers would use as well, due to like the effects, like the big differences it makes to the track. As you can see, I've just got it on a default and just playing on it. It just gives out that good sound. So I basically want to have that dry going like near bottom. But I don't want to leave it like this. Spread it out to about 10. Then after this, I will change the init level to about 100%. The attack's not very much attack, so I'll put that to 14 possibly, and delay time around 126, 125, 126. As I'm going with this, I would then Oh, press the wrong button. There we go. I will then change the length. I don't want it going too much on me. So 1 point like down to about 1.400. As you can hear, a big difference. I will now go through one and every effect now by different soundings. So there you've got it, the actual synth that sounds off KTB. So listen now, and then I'll play the actual track again to you. So then I'll quickly play the original, which is so now I'm just gonna, now you've heard what I've made, which is the same to KTB on a Mission. I'm now gonna show you one by one piece through what the effect sounds like with and without. So first of all, I'm just gonna put everything off. So now you've just got the ES2. This is what it sounds like with the ES2. So now with the EQ, you get that more of a dirt sound, like a more of a depth sound, and it was brighten up as well. You can hear with that, it just gives it that more extra taste to it. With tape delay, you have like it. You don't have the gaps. It fills up the gaps and like just makes it sound a lot better. If you can see here, as you can hear there, sounds a lot better with tape delay. Now the two distortions, overdrive and bit crusher. This is like the extra dirt, and it gives it that proper like dirt sound, heavy dirt. There's one. That's with that. So it just gives it that extra like. And then this is with the bit crusher, the other distortion, which gives it that a more bang. Like gives it like that robot kind of sound on top with the dirt, like a mixture with that, with then with the space design, you can just have that extra like reverb, a lot of reverb that kicks in with it, which as I can show you. But I just realised the reason it sounds a lot of reverb is that because I should have put the reverb on bus 1, which is there. There we go. So now it sounds a lot better. Now it sounds like this. That's with reverb. This is without. This is with reverb. So now let's play the old track then. Now we've got it all together.
I try to push past, but he wants to play. So I sip his drink as I hold his gaze. Oh, when we erupt into the room and see the smoke go.
Wow. And that is how you make KTB on a Mission the chords of the synth using the ES2 and the effects. Thank you.